Hello everyone, how are you all? Hope you are doing good and I'm good as always. So in today's class, we'll complete the entire chapter 1. The remaining pending syllabus we'll cover here. What is the pending syllabus? From unit 1 to 3, true or false, MCQs and illustrations. There are only around 9 illustrations I've checked. So let's begin the chapter, unit. I think we have covered this, okay? We have covered this in chapter 1 itself. If you have any doubt, just comment me below. Okay, please like, share, subscribe to the channel and share with more people so that I get more exposure and you get more benefit. Just making sure whether there are any illustrations I missed. Okay, okay. Sorry. Let's start with true or false. The first, okay, before revising this chapter, just make sure to revise chapter 1, unit 1 to 3 so that you can answer better. Okay, I don't know why I do this. Anyway, let me check. Anyway, true or false of unit 1, theoretical framework. There is no difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Both are same. No, we have one important question and it asks what are the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. After reading this line, just make sure to revise the respective topic. What is respective topic? I mean, it talks about differences and just to go to the respective topic and revise differences between them. Okay. So management accounting covers the preparation, interpretation of financial statements and communication to the users. The answer is false. It is not the management accounting, it's financial accounting. Just read this topic. Okay. Financial accounting is concerned with internal reporting to the managers. Oh, internal reporting to the managers is more like management accounting, right? They just interchange these two. Customers, okay, this is also false. Customers of business should not be considered as users of accounts prepared by the business. They are not interested to know the performance. This is exactly false. The respective topic is stakeholders of financial statements, I guess. So the fourth answer is false. Summarizing is the basic accounting function. All business transactions of financial characters evidenced by blah 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 so on so are recorded in the books of accounts. Is it summarizing or recording? What is the basic function of accounting? Basic function of accounting is recording, not summarizing. So this is also false. Balance sheet shows the position of business uh, on the day of its preparation and not on the future date. Exactly right. We always talked about this. Balance sheet shows on that specific day, on that particular day, what is the value of assets and liabilities. Okay, what is the net worth? What is the essence of the business on that particular day? Not valued based on previous year or overall. Objectives of bookkeeping are complete recording of transaction, ascertainment of financial effect. This sounds true. So it should be true. Let's check this. The answer to the seventh. Yeah, 1 minute. True. Now the MCQs. Which of the following is not subfield? It's not subfield of accounting. Management accounting, cost accounting, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the answer. Okay. Purpose of accounting system includes all the following except interpretation and record of financial transaction, classify, dictate the specific types of business enterprise transaction that enterprise may engage. Answer is C. Just round, just circle the words that I'm circling so that you don't get confused or you don't get overlooked. You don't overlook these words while revising the MCQs. Bookkeeping is mainly concerned with recording of financial data, designing, recording, classifying, summarizing. This is accounting, right? Also, this is accounting. So, bookkeeping is confined to only this. The answer is A. All of the following are functions of accounting except decision making, lecture portion, forecasting. Forecasting does not come in accounting. Okay. Financial statements are part of I guess accounting. The answer to the five should be A. Let's check. Yeah. Financial portion of the business is ascertained on the basis of balance sheet. Financial position, balance sheet. Financial performance, profit and loss. Users of accounting information include both A and B. Financial statements do not consider assets expressed in monetary terms, non-monetary terms. Financial statements do not consider these. X paid rent of 5,000. This can be classified as a transaction, right? The whatever we do is a transaction actually, and you will know the difference. Whatever that exists after we do is an event. After the sale of goods worth 2,000, he is left with closing inventory of 10,000. After the transaction, what do we have is an event. Oh my God, we are going to complete this unit one. Which of the following is not a business transaction? Personal bank expense. Personal is not, never comes under business transactions. Which qualitative characteristics of accounting information is reflected when blah 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 blah? Which qualitative characteristics? What are the qualitative characteristics? Read this concept. If you ask me, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Question 12. The answer is A. Understandability. Whenever we are going through something on MCQs or on true or false, just to revise that respective topic, okay? It helps you a lot. Just pause the video and revise those topics, revise entire unit one, and then come back. I think there is one illustration here. It should examples you can okay, the unit number two, unit number 1 minute. Unit number two is accounting concepts. Oh, 1 minute. So accounting concepts, principles, and conventions. We have not talked about conventions because it is not much relevant. I will tell you after in chapter two or after some time. So these are the concepts you should be very much relevant with. After completing this unit, you will have overall revision, but you should not leave anything because there is a high chance of true or false coming from here. At least one or two, which contains, I guess, 4 months. If you understand the concept, you don't have to read the example. If you want, you can read. If you have any doubt, you just comment below or text me on WhatsApp. This is my phone number. Plus, there is a Telegram. I just opened Telegram channel a few days ago, maybe a week ago, and I'm just sitting right over there. Nobody has joined. There is a, I posted something few days ago, and you can open the link and join the Telegram channel if you want. They are just uh, elaborating this, but you don't exactly have to read this entire. You just can revise through Saransh book that is there in the Telegram channel. If you haven't joined it, you are losing so much. Not exactly. Whatever I'm crossing, just read those. Just take a glance, but you don't have to invest extra time here. This we talk about this. Hold on here. We talk about this in chapter 2. Yeah, we have come to journal illustration. Develop accounting equation from the following information. What is accounting equation? I just told you we'll talk about this in chapter 2. Just hold this here. We will solve this problem as per the logic, and later on we form the equation. No, not we. You form the equation by yourself. Okay. Yeah. 1 minute. Is this lagging? No. So here, I station one. Uh, what is the data they have given to us? Develop the accounting equation March 31, 2021. 31 March 2021. They are given us balance sheet, right? Just note this in your rough notebook or the book you hopefully you are maintaining. Capital, bank loan, trade payables, fixed assets, trade payables. Oh my God, I forgot to use the brain. How come fixed assets come here? We are talking about the liabilities, right? Liabilities. In liability side, we get capital, and we. If you are unable to understand, it's fine. Okay. You will after chapter 2, you will understand everything here. Actually, this is balance sheet. Liabilities come on left side, asset comes on right side to us. So fixed assets come here, trade receivables. Who are trade receivables or debtors? Trade receivables are another name for debtors. Inventory, cash and bank. So this is the balance sheet of 2021 they have given to us along with numbers. 1 lakh, 1,75,000. 1 lakh, 1,75,000. Just write this and mark as into. Okay. 1.25, 75, 75. 1.25 lakh, 75,000, 70,000, 5,000. 70,000, 5,000. Just, just in case, just a total of this. 1 minute. First liability side, 1 lakh less 1 lakh less 25, sorry, 75,000. 2,75,000. From asset side, 1,25,000 plus 75,000 plus 70,000 plus 5,000. 2,75,000. Okay. Sorry. For 2022, they have not given us. For 2022, they have not given us capital account. What are they asking? Find the profit for the year and the balance sheet. In order to find the profit, we have to find the balance sheet first. We have to draw the balance sheet. Okay. I guess we have to prepare the entire thing. You can just skip or fast forward this for 31/3/22. On liability side, we get capital account, which they have asked 12% bank loan. Trade payables. Trade payables means creditors. On assets side, we have fixed assets, mm, trade receivables. Next, inventory, I guess. Inventory, cash at bank. Let's fill the amounts. 1 lakh, oh sorry, 1,70,000. 1,70,000. 1.1 80 86. 1,10,000. 80,000. 80,000. 6,000. Okay. The question is, we don't know this amount, right? So this is pending. But the logic is, in balance sheet, always assets and liabilities tally, right? So let's add the amount on the asset side first. 1,10,000 plus 80,000 plus 80,000 plus 6,000. So 2.76 lakh is the total. By applying this logic, the amount should be the same here, right? So 2.76 lakh should be here. But we don't know this sum. So in order to find this amount, subtract 70,000 and then 1 lakh. Okay. This is step one, this is step two. Okay. Just so that when you revise, you understand the flow of approaching the question. 2.76 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 70,000. The answer is 1.06 lakh. Did you understand? For balance sheet, assets and liabilities should always tally, right? You must have known this concept by now. So we have all the asset amounts and we know all the liabilities amount except for one amount. So that first we added these amounts and second we total these and second we match this total with the liabilities total. And since we know these amounts, we subtract total with 70,000 and 1 lakh. For example, if you have 10 apples and A took 5 apples, B took 3 apples, what do we do? Out of 10, we subtract 5 and then subtract 3. So the answer of A should be 2. A will be 2. This is what we have done here. Okay. I hope you have understood. If you have not, just let me know in the comments. Just let me know in the comments. Okay. Yeah. The logic is also one more thing. We have talked about accounting equation, right? By now, the logic is here. I will just tell you the equation and you write the question as per the I say material as per the logic. This is the core logic I have told you. The equation is assets equal to liabilities plus capital. Isn't this right? Wait, I will tell you. Asset equal to total assets equal to total liabilities plus capital. This is the logic. Just do this. 2.76 lakh equal to 1 lakh plus 70,000, which is 1.7 lakh plus 1.06 lakh. So based on the equation, if you want to solve, you don't know this, you won't be knowing this, just write this as x. 2.76 lakh equal to 1.7 lakh plus x. If you first solve this equation, you get x equal to 1.06 lakh. Also, in the question, they have asked about the profit, current year profit. Current year profit. If you remember vaguely, what is the profit? In general, profit means net profit, right? Not in general. Obviously, profit means net profit. So, net profit amount is something. Where does this amount go to in the balance sheet? That is the question. It goes to the capital account, right? In capital, we add a net profit. Okay, if you don't know, just bear with me with this question and I will explain you the logic in the next chapter, right? Okay. In general, what is capital? The amount invested by the owner. When we earn the net profit, we uh, transfer the net profit amount to the capital. Okay. So, by this logic, what is the current year profit? They have asked about us, which means current year capital minus previous year capital. What is current year capital? 1.06 lakh. Yes, previous year capital 1 lakh. Let me just check. See, okay. So current year profit is 6,000. This is the answer for this question. The profit is 6,000 in balance sheet. Capital equal to 1.06 lakh. Okay. This is the equation. Equity equal to equity capital, liabilities, assets. Okay. Assets and liabilities, sorry, equity and liabilities equal to assets. Equity means capital. So let's start this. The concept helps. What concepts help? Okay. What is the concept? Matching concept helps in keeping business affairs free from influence of personal affairs. Is this called matching concept? No, it is not. It is entity concept, I guess. This is false. Entity concept means enterprise is liable to the owner's capital made by the owner. No, false. Right? Entity concept means enterprise is liable to the owner for the capital investment made by the owner. This could be true. Let me just check. Sorry. Yeah, it is true. Since the owner is invested the capital, he has claimed to. He has right to claim on the profits of the enterprise. Sorry, sir. My bad. Accrual means recognition as the money received and not around this word. This is false. The conservatism concept states that no change should be counted unless it is materialized. False. Uh, false. The concept of consistency implies non-flexibility as not to allow introduction of improved method of accounting. Consistency does not mean non-flexibility. Where did we read the word consistency? Remember going concern, fundamental accounting assumptions, going concern, accrual and consistency, GAC, less. In accounting policy topic, we have talked about this. Accounting policy should be consistent. That does not mean there is no flexibility, right? It means for the better comparability, we follow the consistency. So the answer is F. The materiality depends upon only upon the amount of item and not upon the size. No, materiality is a concept you understand in CA Inter. Basically, it depends. This is not. It depends on everything, every possible logical reason. Accrual basis of accounting is the method of recording transactions by revenues and cost, blah 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 blah, in which accrual. No, this is false. This is matching concept. So there are only two MCQs. I mean, two questions and many MCQs. Oh, three. Alright. All the following are classified as fundamental accounting assumptions, except business entity. The primary quantitative characteristics are relevance and reliability. Kanika Enterprises follows the return on value method of depreciation year by year for consistency. By the way, depreciation is accounting estimate, not accounting policy. We'll know the difference later. A purchased a car for 5 lakh, making a down payment of 1 lakh and signing 4 lakh bill payable as a result of the transaction. What they say? Assets increased by 5 lakh, liabilities increased by 4 lakh, assets are increased by 4 lakh and liabilities. What do you think is a logical answer? We got car. Basically, on balance sheet, bills payable is like creditor. Just rethink as creditor. Okay. In balance sheet on the liability side, creditor, we have to pay 4 lakh, right? So this could be the answer and this could be the answer since there is a liability increase. But we have gotten a car worth 5 lakh, right? Okay. But the answer could be A or C, right? Since what do you say? Asset is increased by 5 lakh, right? But asset is increased by 4 lakh. How come they said 4 lakh? Because the down payment of 1 lakh rupees, which means how do you pay down payment? With cash. Cash 1 lakh rupees. So the total will tally again, right? The answer is C. Mohan purchased 15 lakh and sold 4/5 of the goods amounting 18 lakh and net expenses 2.5 lakh. Net profit 3.5 lakh. What is the accounting concept that was followed by him? Let's read this again. Mohan purchased goods of 15 lakh and sold 4/5 of the goods amounting to 18 lakh, meeting expenses of 2.5 lakh during the year. I think the answer could be B or C. He counted net profit as counted net. Let me check this. Fifth. C. Matching concept, I guess. Yeah, matching concept because of the current year expense to be set off. The current year expense to be set off in the current year itself by showing current year income. Hmm. A businessman purchased goods at 25 lakhs, sold 80% during the accounting year. The market value of the remaining goods is 4 lakh. The valued uh, closing inventory value is at cost. He violated the concept of conservatism. Just to calculate 80% of sold 80% of 25 lakh and then check the amount market value. If it is higher, it is conservatism concept. Capital brought in by the proprietaries. Capital increase in liability, I guess, and decrease in an asset, or increase in an asset, or decrease. This could be answer is here because I guess cash increases, capital increases. During the lifetime of an entity, accounting provides financial statements in accordance with which basic concept. Lifetime of an entity, the answer could be accounting period. The concept that business enterprise will not be liquidated in the near future going concern. Accounts assets are held in the business for resale, conversion, earning revenue. The answer is C. Revenue from sale of goods is generally realized in which sale is made. The concept of conservatism, when applied in the balance sheet, results in conservatism means understatement of assets. Sorry. Decrease in the amount of trade payables is a result in trade payables, then cash, decrease in assets. Cash is an asset. Okay. The determination of expense for an accounting period is based on the principle of expenses for an accounting period based on the principle of matching principle. Economic life of an enterprise is split into periodic interval to measure its performance as per periodicity. Okay. If an individual asset is increased, there will be corresponding either increase in asset or increase in capital, decrease in asset or increase in liability. The answer is B. Purchase of machinery for cash. So cash reduces, machinery comes, the my total assets will be same because, for example, machine cash. This is the new. In gold, I will tell you. Before purchasing machinery, this won't be in the balance sheet, and the cash would be the same, the normal amount. Since by paying cash, we obtained machinery, so it remains the same. Consider the following pertaining to Alpha Limited. Cost of machinery 10 lakh, installation charges 1 lakh, market value 12 lakh. So cost is 11 lakh, market value is 12 lakh. While finalizing the annual reports, if the company values the machinery at 1 lakh, which are the following concept is violated? It is cost because it should have been shown As per also accounting standard 10 or Ind AS 6116, initial whenever you purchase an asset which is fixed asset, initial value should be recorded at cost, right? I think we are done with chapter 2. Oh my god, it is very boring. Let me check if there are so many illustrations here, I guess. So capital 1 minute, so capital receipts again 1 minute. Why what was this? Let me open this. So we talked about capital receipts, capital payments, and revenue payments, revenue receipts. We straight away jump into illustrations. Illustration number one. State with reasons. Okay, you have to answer with reasons here. Overall expenses for second-hand machinery purchase as revenue expense. Actually, overall expense is an expense which, how can you say? Overall expense is that expense for which it improves the productivity. Okay, it enhances the productivity. If it enhances the productivity, it should be recognized as capital but not revenue. So the answer is false. Money spent to reduce working expenses as revenue expense. This is false. Just read this. Reasonable presume that money spent for reducing revenue expenditure would have generated long-term benefits. Okay. Legal fees is always capital in nature. The answer is true. Oh, sorry. The amount spent as lawyer's fee to defend a suit claiming that the firm's bankruptcy belonged to the plaintiff's land is a capital nature. Basically, they are saying lawyer's fee is whether capital or revenue nature. They said capital nature. No, lawyer fee is revenue nature. It is not capital nature. Let me just check once. Legal expenses incurred to defend blah 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 blah. Maintenance of expenditure, revenue expenditure. Amount spent for replacement of worn out part of machine is a capital nature. The answer is false. It is in general, so it is revenue nature. Expense incurred on the repairs and whitewashing for the first time on the purchase of old building revenue nature. The answer is false. Let me just read this again. Expense incurred on the repairs, whitewashing for the first time on the purchase of old building. Whenever you purchase a old building, any expense related to such building should be capitalized. So it is not revenue, it is capital. Expenses in connection with obtaining license for running the cinema hall is capital nature. The answer is true because license is long-term in nature. Amount spent for construction of temporary huts which were necessary for construction of cinema house and were demolished when the cinema house is ready is capital nature. The answer is true. Expenses incurred in connection with obtaining license capital 10,000 paid for renewal of inventory to a new site. Revenue. Renewal is recurring in nature. Okay, renewal means we. Oh, wait a minute. It is it with removal, I guess. 1,000 paid to remove for remove. Okay, okay. Inventory is not. In order to remove inventory, they paid 1,000 to a new site. It does not increase benefits, right? So it is revenue in nature. Value of an asset is not enhanced. Rings and pistons of an engine were changed at a cost of 5,000 to get fuel efficiency. It is capital nature. Let me check. Yep, it is capital nature because it increases efficiency. And money paid for the MNTL 8,000 for installation of telephone. For this, ICI has stripped something just to star mark this. It is in generally installing whatever we are paying for asset in the telephone is an asset. By installing, it becomes fixed asset. It comes in general capital expenditure, but in here ICI said it is not a capital expenditure, but it is only an asset. So if you ask me if it comes in the exam, just write both capital expenditure and asset. If it comes in true or false, just write whatever I said. A factory shed was constructed for 1 lakh rupees. The sum of 5,000 incurred in the construction of temporary house. It is capital nature. If I'm going too fast, let me know because these are the concepts you revise. You can revise by yourself. X Limited Solutions buys and sells computers as part of their business. What is their business? Selling and buying computers. It purchased 20 computers for resale to the customers. Its business is buying and selling computers. It purchased 20 computers for resale to the customers. Cost of each computer is 20,000. It also purchased a computer worth 24,000 to the accountant. So 21 computers. In 21 computers, 20 computers are for sale, one computer for accountant. Search whether the above transaction qualifies capital nature or revenue nature. Whenever you buy and sell something, it comes in inventory. It is revenue in nature, right? But for accountant, when you have purchased a computer, it is for long term and for enduring benefits. So it is capital nature. Just write this above the question for the last day revision LDR. They, we people in general call it LDR because LDR means last day revision. After certain point, I will also tell you important questions which you should definitely not follow because ICA can ask you from anything. A machine with a book value of 10 lakh is sold for this is capital. Machine means capital. Premium amounting to 1 lakh received on sale issue of shares. Shares is capital. An amount of 20,000 received from goods sold in cash revenue. This is a general sale. Okay, general sale transaction. So it comes in the revenue. An amount of 5 lakh received on the maturity of FD. I guess it comes an interest of 40,000 was received in addition to the maturity. So what they are saying is there is FD, there is interest on FD. Okay. FD is capital nature, interest on FD is revenue nature. So write this amount received on maturity of fixed deposits is the recovery on the basis of deposit amount. It is capital receipt. Interest income, revenue receipt. So fifth illustration. Second-hand furniture worth 9,000 was purchased, repainting 1,000, installed with wages 200. So in order to get the asset to its current condition, we are making these expenses. So these are all capital expense in nature. Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. 10,200. Expenses in connection with obtaining license for running the cinema, 20,000. License, 20,000. Capital nature. During the course of the year, the cinema company filed fine, revenue in nature, for contravening rules. Renewal fee, revenue in nature, because it is recurring in nature. So in the question itself, just to star mark this, there is capital expense, revenue expense, and also revenue expense. Fire insurance 1,000 was paid for 1 year, revenue in nature. Also read this question, it is kind of tricky because it was paid on 1st October instead of 1st April. Half of the insurance amount from 1st April to 1st October pertaining to the year of the beginning on, okay, 1st April. Hence, such amount should be prepaid expense. The remaining amount should be revenue expense. So what they are saying is 142,110 for 1 lakh, 1,000 paid here. So from here to here, it will be 500. From here to March 31st, it will be another 500. This is okay. Prepaid expense, and this comes under current year revenue expenditure. Prepaid expense means capital in nature. That is what they're trying to say. I think just star mark this, read again and again, and I will check again for better explanation. Temporary huts were constructed for blah blah blah. They were necessary for construction for cinema. They were demolished with cinema was ready. Capital, I guess. Capital. Overhauling expenses of 25,000. Overhaul means capital. Okay. Inauguration expenses are 25 lakh for purchase of new machinery, manufacturing unit. Remember, star mark this, inauguration expenses does not increase benefits, does not increase sales. So it is always revenue in nature. It comes in even CFN. Okay. Compensation of 2.5 crores paid to workers who opted for voluntary retirement. The amount paid to workers for voluntary retirement is the nature of revenue, since it represents compensation for termination employment and does not result in increase in the value. Just to read this, or okay. 10,000 spent as traveling expense for purchase of capital assets. Directors traveled and the expense of 10,000 is incurred for traveling in order to purchase capital asset is capital in nature. Amount received from trade receivables revenue. Amount spent on demolishing business for construction of business, bigger within capital. Insurance claimed capital. I'm really bored. Can I give you this as homework, please? Because there is nothing specific or tricky in here. Restaurant business, they renovate some of the old cabins because of this renovation. Basically, renovation space was made free and number of cabins increased. So it is capital nature because it increases space, cabins will be increased, people will come, more people will come, and revenue will be more. Delhi Financing Company should sold installment payment basis. If customers did not pay installments to recover such outstanding installments, spend 10,000 on the legal expense. Legal expense revenue nature. X Limited of Delhi purchased machinery of so and so spent 40,000 for transportation I told you every expense that is related to purchase of machinery and getting the machinery to our business location comes under the expense of capital, and it will be capitalized. Oh my God, it was so boring. I'm sorry if you get offended. Okay. The nature of business is not an important criteria for false. Expenditure incurred for major repair of an asset to increase productivity is revenue nature false. Amount spent as lawyers fee to defend suit capital nature false. Legal expense revenue. Amount spent for replacement of so and so machines capital expenditure could be true, or maybe it is debatable. Actually, mark this false. Amount spent on replacement is revenue expenses. It is maintenance cost. So sorry. I forgot about maintenance cost. Star mark this. Legal fee to acquire properties, capital expenditure. In order to acquire property, legal fee has been incurred. This is true. 51 true. Yep. Here, not to acquire. This is in our every expense that is related to acquiring capital asset comes under capital in nature, comes in capital. But in here, it is not acquiring any capital asset. No MCQs, and I think we'll be done with chapter one. And I don't know about you, I will be the most happiest person. Money spent on 10,000 traveling expenses, director's trip, purchase a capital. We have read this before. Amount of 5,000 spent as license fee to defend sued firm's property, the revenue. Entrance fee of 2,000 received by blah 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 is capital. Just star mark this, you will know about this after chapter 8. Sub, let me just check. Subsidy of 40,000 received from government for working capital by manufacturing. Subsidy comes under revenue nature. Insurance claim record on account of capital receipt because it is non-recurring in it. I think my dog is shouting. I'll check later. Interest on investment received from investment in revenue. 6 is revenue, I guess. Amount received from IDBI Bank as a medium term capital. Inauguration working capital. Not inauguration expense. Oh, sir, augmentation, right? Okay, my bad. Revenue from sale of products ordinarily is reported as part of earning in the period in which the sale is made. The repair cost is 25,000, whitewash expense is 5,000, both expense related to the presently used building. So 30,000 expense related to the presently used building. Cost of extension of building, capital. Cost of improvement of electric wire is comes under capital because of improving the capital expense. Amount to be expensed. What is expensed? Amount to be expensed means what is to be shown in, just write this here, shown in P&L account. So this is capital, this is capital. What to be shown in the P&L account? 25,000 plus 5,000, 30,000 is your answer. The answer is C. Ninth one C. Oof. Finally, we are done with chapter one completely honest in another 55 minutes. Thank you so much for staying with me till here. Also, from tomorrow, okay, I will tell you another thing. Just 2 more minutes, bear with me. So, whoever think I'm not consistent or don't know exactly the plan, just comment me below the plan. I will tell you briefly what I'm planning to cover. This is your syllabus, right? We are done this. It took us a month to complete. Nice. Today date is 18th, right? So by 22nd, we will be done with this chapter because it is since these are a practical, they will be so smooth and we will love this so much. Even if it is time taking, it is fun instead of theory. By 22nd. This is the next we cover, okay? This is late. We will try to complete this by 24th. Just skip this and skip this. I'll tell you why I'm skipping this right now. Because this is something we go with the flow. Next, by this month end, by I guess this is October, right? Sorry, July, right? By 31st July, we'll be done with chapter 7. And within 5 days, I mean, by 5th August, we'll be done with chapter 8 and 9. By 6th August, I will do this, okay? From 7th to 12th, we'll be done with chapter 10. And 13th August, we'll cover this, okay? 6th and 13th. After from 14th to 18th or 19th, we'll cover company accounts. So I guess by August 22nd, at most to the best, we'll be done with entire syllabus. Okay. So hope you loved it because I didn't. And since theory chapters are done, you can gladly like, share, and subscribe. And my boring era has is done. So let's hope for the best. And please subscribe to the channel because the traffic is good. I mean, people who are watching are okay, but no one is subscribing, and I'm feeling very, you know, very bad about this. Not exactly bad, but discouraging. Also, I'll be more consistent. Okay. Okay. Take care. Bye.